All right, gang. So if y'all don't know, if y'all been living under a rock, okay, they done eliminated one of the biggest cartel leaders in Mexico. Now I'm trying to upload the video I reacted to yesterday, but YouTube giving me a few problems, so I'm trying to work through them just right now. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't know if y'all gonna get 2 videos today. But if y'all don't know, it was a cartel in Mexico called CJNG. They known for being the tweakers. I'm talking about the tweakers of the tweakers, man. And ever since then, you got these cartels. They going to airports. They kidnapping citizens. They set on fire. They going to war with the army, the real Mexican military, my guy. Now they just targeting. They just acting a fool. Now,
so.
Bro.
Basically, widespread chaos has been going on all over Mexico. You might have seen this video going around. Okay, this one's pretty crazy. This is basically a video of cartel members pulling up, taking over a gas station and setting it on fire. Now, fortunately, it looks like they didn't actually harm anybody or shoot anybody. They seem to actually let these people go that were at the gas station. They actually waved them off and said, "All right, get your ass out of here. Out of here, just go, just get out of here." And then they basically pour gasoline all over the ground.
That's crazy.
They just spray gas everywhere, and pretty bravely, to be honest. I'm surprised they didn't end up setting themselves on fire. Right. They just set the gas station alight. So they are completely just destroying the city and the country. They just destroying. And the guy in the car was very compliant. I should leave. Okay, I'll stay. I'll get out. Let's talk. I'll stay in the car. Okay, I'll leave. Thanks. Good luck.
Not for real.
They're giving mixed messages to the person in the car. I'm also impressed they didn't set themselves on fire. I thought that was coming. There's just been absolute chaos in the city. Okay, it has been out of control. Yeah. Basically, they're burning the city down as a whole. It's not. They don't have a vendetta against the gas station or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's not even nothing. It's just. I think it's just like the way of the cartels, bro. Like we don't know what to do, you know, but I will give the Mexican people. This is why I fought with my amigos and my friends, okay? This is why I fought with the amigos, because they not tweaking. You know, American, you go some American gang leader or somebody. They just go back to the block. They just shoot everybody. Y'all seen what happened with Mellow Buck's party? They shot, they didn't even kill them. They was just trolling. They went up to the party and shot everybody. Everybody. You shouldn't have been talking. They shot everybody. At least the Mexicans, they just causing havoc. They like, we ain't gonna kill nobody, but we gonna fuck this country up.
Okay, this looks like a convenience store that's been set on fire.
They tweaking, gang.
Crazy.
They literally raising.
They're literally causing havoc to regular citizens. So they're lighting supermarkets on fire. Okay, they're burning cars down. Apparently, there's rumors that they are civilians, but I haven't seen that personally. Yeah, it does say that they've threatened to kidnap any American tourist they catch and kill them. That's because it basically is a retaliation because the Americans allegedly.
Now that is what I heard. There was a rumor that I heard that like if they catch an American, I don't know how the fuck they gonna know if we American. I mean, I guess I don't know, but you know, if they catch an American at a airport or anything like that, gang, they at least kidnapping them. I don't know if they killing them, but I heard they is kidnapping
operation. They're shooting into the air. I don't know if they're shooting at planes and helicopters, but it is just out of control completely.
They don't even know what to do.
Hopping on the bike and getting out of there, I guess. It's crazy.
They just acting a fucking fool. They don't even know what to do for it. They just tweak. And it's crazy that people still got to go to work. They still got to send their kids to school. Like, fuck.
They've just lost their leader and
they going with the army, bro.
Brave even standing there.
That's what I'm saying. Why they just standing there? You know how crazy your country got to be for you to just be going to get some bananas from the store in the middle of this shit?
Cars on fire all over the cities and towns. Huge explosions, gasoline being burned. This isn't good for the environment, people.
That's what I'm gonna say.
This is extremely bad. Nobody is benefiting from this. Even the cartels. This isn't good for them either. You know, it looks like an airstrike or something's gone off.
Right. It looks like
set fire to buses.
Missile blew up.
You know, there's people on the beach just seeing the smoke of all of the destruction going.
Why are you on the beach? It's a war. Bro, the cartels are fighting your army, bro, and they're putting up a fight. Why are you in swimming trunks with no shirt on at the beach? Hey, before I keep going, I gotta show y'all something real quick. Y'all know I love shining like new money for all the days I was broke. And GLD helps me do just that. Now, like, I actually wear this, like, all the time. And I'm one of them dudes that's picky with my jewelry. If it feels light, cheap, or weird on my neck, I'm not wearing it. But this, you can feel it immediately. The weight is right, the details are clean, and the clamps don't feel super flimsy. It's just all around solid. I mean, you throw this on and people start thinking you got your life figured out a lot more than you actually do. Compliments just start coming out of nowhere. Where you get your chain from, bro? GLD, boy! It's waterproof and sweatproof. Like, everything they make is guaranteed for life. So you ain't really got to stress about nothing falling apart like all that cheap ass jewelry that some people be selling. I ain't gonna say no names. Now, what I really like about GLD is they got options. You want something simple? Cool. You want something that stands out? Cool. They got chains, they got earrings, pendants, watches, whatever you need, they got it. And it's not one of them brands where you gotta spend crazy prices to actually get something nice and high quality. I ain't the only one rocking with them either, man. Millions of people rock with GLD all across the world. They got thousands of 5-star reviews. And let's just say it's a reason why you keep seeing GLD everywhere. So if you've been thinking like, man, I need one good chain to just put my outfit together, you might be going date night, Valentine's Day coming up, I don't know. This is probably your sign to go get you some nice jewelry. So I'm gonna hook y'all up. Right now, new customers get 50% off if you use the code MACMULA. Half off, bro. 50% off your order if you use the code MACMULA. Half off, bro. Go to GLD.com, use the code MACMULA when you placing your order and save 50%. All right, let's get back to the video.
It's just non-stop everywhere. We already saw this yesterday, that this was footage of
this at the airport, my nigga.
People kind of frantically running through an airport that was apparently being targeted. There was talk of shots fired at an airport. We don't actually hear any of that in this video, but it was rumored that there was going to be some serious situations going on there. You know, roadblocks are being made, blockades. They're not letting people drive down the roads. They've got military vehicles.
They got military vehicles, bro. Yeah. This is the car. This is not the army, bro. This is the cartel.
This is even on the table for them. I don't know if that's the police with a military vehicle blockading from the cartels, or if that's the police having a little face-off. I wouldn't want to be messed
like,
up.
If I'm quitting. If I'm the police, I quit today, bro.
They're just going absolutely anything they can get their hands on down. Smashing the glass. It's just destruction. And it's so sad to see a country just abused this way. I think the average Mexican just wants better for themselves and their families. And this is just
because it really don't make sense for real. Like, okay, the Americans, your leader, so you gonna f up your own country? I mean, well, okay, so the story is that the American government helped the Mexican police and the Mexican government. The American helped them. So I guess you could say that the Mexicans did it too, I guess, whatever. But it's just like, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it.
You know, it's just self-inflicted misery on their own country. It's their country. So this guy's driving on a boat and you can just see smoke everywhere. The whole city is just on fire. And they say this is happening all over Mexico. It's happening all over the country. It's just everywhere.
Wow, it's getting crazy.
I don't know why everyone went to
Fires
Mexico,
all over the city. This is nuts. South Pacific, they said, "You in Mexico?" They just said, "Then where you are, then." Yeah. Wow. Everywhere you look, we're up on the roof here.
Shout out Hookah Anonymous.
Fires all over the place.
I ain't
Can't even see the mountains anymore. Fuck.
As you can hear, these are Americans. They should definitely be worried.
They should definitely be worried. Shit, y'all crazy as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Let me be in Mexico this shit going, man. Boy, hella Send me a helicopter or something.
So this
Help!
is people what appear to be vacating an airport onto the runway amid these horrific scenes. Literally, they're all walking out onto the runway to get away from whatever's going on in there. I don't know if these are cartel vehicles.
Look like it.
Looks like they're giving cartel vibes. I don't know if this is more footage from the airport or a regular road, but people are hot tailing it out of there by the looks of that. You got even Costco's not safe. They've got Costco on fire.
Bro, where everybody gonna get their fruits and their rice and their beans?
When the Costco burns, you know that society is ready to fall, man. Not the Costco. Please, somebody think of the Costco.
You know what I always been scared of? I always been scared of like something like this happening, and then America, like, I feel like America could very easily be like, man, y'all ass tweaking, man. This ain't Mexico no more. This part of the U.S. Like, I can see that shit happening. As crazy as it'll be, bro. I can see it happening.
It's just going up in flames. Absolute flames. I've only been to Costco a couple times, but it's tragic. It's certainly a tragedy. I'm assuming this is another angle of the Costco, and it's just truly tragic. Just, you know, when you just see that, it's definitely Costco. When you just see such destruction, it's just so sad, because you just think, like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've always just had this feeling of, like, you know, anything that you see in the world, like, somebody made effort, somebody built that, somebody put that Costco together. That Costco means something to somebody in the community. That's their Costco. That's where they get all their shit from. They need it.
Right.
The idea that people are just out here just burning all the resources and things that everyone else in the community actually needs is just really sad to me.
Yeah, I don't be understanding. Like, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I remember when the 2020 was happening with like George Floyd and stuff. And it's like, I get the principle. I guess I get the idea. Like, you wanna show that, you know, that this means something to you. You want to burn, but it's like, I don't know, bro. What is it really doing at the end of the day? Like, okay, you blew up all this shit. After a while, this shit gonna calm down. They gonna get it under control. They gonna rebuild the gas stations or whatever. It's gonna take a little while. You know what I'm saying? And then everything gonna go right back to, like, it's not really changing nothing. Like, how many times have we, you know, rioted and burnt up and blew up stuff and set Wendy's on fire and did all this crazy shit. And then the police another black dude for no reason 2 weeks later, 2 days later. Like, that shit happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, it's like, I don't know about Mexico, but it's like, okay, I get it. You want to change, gang, but at the end of the day, bro, here's my thing, bro. Yo, it ain't like they the innocent person. It was a cartel leader, bro. This supplying to the whole world. He people on camera, cutting their heads off, kidnapping, eating them, all type of shit going on. It's like, what the fuck?
And, you know, look, I'm scared of saying anything bad about the cartels, but really, it just makes you think. Like, if this is how you're treating society and your fellow Mexican, you know, maybe you guys are in the wrong. Maybe you guys actually... Yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but they're saying this is a female Mencho Special Forces member. So they got female shooters. That's not anything new. There's been reports of deadly female assassins that come from these cartels that get busy in the streets, catching bodies, backdooring people, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
And it says target number one with a $50 million bounty. And I said,
El Mencho, million, boy.
He will be Trump's first target. Okay, well, I guess they did.
Oh, so he was Trump's first target when he got reelected.
Actually get their target, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Now, there's news now reporting that thousands of American tourists are currently stranded amid the entire country being turned into a cartel war zone. Look at this.
Yeah.
Other news this morning, thousands of
I remember I went, where the fuck did we go, bro? Did we go to Cabo? We went to Cabo for my birthday in October. And I remember, like, that was like right before or right after. I don't know. It was something going on while we was there. Like, they was telling us, like, don't leave the resort type, like, when we was there. But it wasn't nothing like this, though. And I remember being there. I remember they told us, like, don't leave the resort. And I was like, okay, so why the f are we here? Like, we need to go somewhere else, bro.
Americans in Mexico are being told to shelter in place after the leader of that country's most powerful cartel was killed over the weekend. His led to an eruption of violence across several Mexican states, forcing airlines to cancel flights out of the region. Karen Wise in Mexico City, and she has the story.
Chaos hit the streets of Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican state of Jalisco, and beyond Sunday, as Mexico's most notorious cartel fiercely retaliated after soldiers their leader, Nemesio Ruben Ascuera Cervantes, widely known as El Mencho. Ascuera Cervantes was wounded during an operation to capture him in Jalisco and died while being flown to Mexico City. The cartel he led has the highest heroin and trafficking capacity in Mexico, according to the U.S. State Department, which had previously offered up to...
That's $15 million for information leading to the arrest and or conviction of El Mencho. That is insane, bro. That is insane. For $15 million, I will snitch on anybody. Are you fucking crazy?
$15 million for his capture. The violence also hit Jalisco's capital, Guadalajara, just a few months before Mexico's second largest city is scheduled to host FIFA World Cup matches.
That ain't happening.
Activamos el código rojo.
In response, Jalisco's governor activated a code red security alert, suspending public transit, large events, and school activities as authorities across Mexico race to clear more than 250 roadblocks created by the cartel.
We don't know if we're safe. We don't know if they're going to cancel the flight.
Olga Medina saw smoke rising over Puerto Vallarta from the airport Sunday.
Just get me across
she
the
ultimately
border,
did make it home to Houston before airlines grounded flights in and out of the resort town.
I feel safe now, but I'm still shaking because I can't believe this has happened to us.
Others were not so fortunate. Adrian Moorfield and TJ Perry went to Puerto Vallarta to celebrate Perry's birthday. They were supposed to fly home to Dallas Sunday. Now they're stranded.
You're kind of there indefinitely.
There were no outgoing flights until Thursday. That does not take into consideration whether or not roads will even be open, the airport will be operating again.
Oh, I'm gonna get out there. I promise you that. No. We mama for why we get on a bike. Just get me across the border. We figure it rest out later. For them grave, nigga. Just get me across the border, please, okay? Do you have a boat or something?
It's worth noting that the Trump administration has previously threatened to use the U.S. military to target Mexican cartels. And while this specific case was a Mexican operation, it's well known that the American government regularly shares resources and intel with Mexico to counter these cartels. Gail.
All right.
It's crazy, right? And I just feel bad for anybody that's stranded there right now. You know, the fact that they said a couple people just got out, and you know the flights got grounded after that. That's terrifying. And to be stuck there while all that's going on the flight.
I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I went to Mexico for my birthday, and it was cool. Like the resort was nice and shit like that. But that'll be the only time I probably go. Like I ain't got no reason to go back to Mexico to do nothing. All these countries where it's crazy shit going on, like I ain't really trying to go to Brazil. I'm gonna be honest with you, gang. Like, I want to go to the nice countries. Catch me in Dubai, you know what I'm saying? Japan, China, for them great. Thailand, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Switzerland, Australia. You know, the nice countries where ain't nothing like this shit going on, man.
So grounded, I would be very scared. Now, the violence has also escalated, and there's actually footage going around of heavily armed cartel members reportedly storming the local airports.
Yep.
Okay, so we saw everybody running around, getting out of the airport. This appears to be exactly what they were running from. They are actually storming the airports.
They was actually coming in there. Thank God they ain't, because, you know, this was, man, thank God they ain't just coming there and just shooting up everybody, though. You know, people do.
So you can see a lot of people running there. Some people aren't running, some people are walking, but clearly there's something going on.
They ass not running because they crazy, man.
Running away. I don't know if that's... Clearly, the cartel's getting busy in the airport. It's just sad, really. It's just sad to see that this is how the average everyday, you know, person living in Mexico is being made to feel by these organizations. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think I did see some comments on Reddit yesterday.
Like, don't get me wrong. These niggas in America tweaking. They got switches and glickers and blickers and flippers and got Dracos and shit. But they ain't doing this, fool. You go to the airport in America, you're safe, my guy. Like, you ain't no coming in here with no switches, fool. I promise you, gang. You know, I don't know what the.
When I was covering this, where people were saying, why don't the cartels just like take the L? You know, like this is the price of doing business. Like, you're running an international trafficking ring. Sometimes your leader gets taken out by the authorities, but they're not seeing that way. They're seeing that. This is how they're dealing with their grief, just unleashing terror onto the community. But unfortunately, that doesn't help the cartels long term.
Right.
The idea of, well, you know, they're providing a service, let them just run their business, and, you know, people are always going to demand and run the drug trade, and let's just stay out of their way. That's all well and good, but that's not what's going on. These guys are violent. You know, they're basically unleashing untold destruction onto the community out of anger that their boss got taken out. But you know, that unfortunately is what comes with it. It is a drug war, and there are casualties in the war sometimes. And now, you know, they decided to unleash the war onto the innocent public by the looks of it.
This is fucking insane, bro.
You know, it's just really not.
This is
it's not okay. And unfortunately, this type of thing. I mean, you know, you're angry at the Americans. You're saying that you want to take American hostages and get back at America.
That ain't gonna help.
I think you really don't want Donald Trump to be sending in troops to Mexico.
I was about to say that. You don't want Trump to send no buff. Boy, don't let them stop you there. Okay.
To just wipe out the cartels, because that's the type of crazy brazen move that he might pull.
Trump
and
crazy. Really send a missile from a PS5 controller, man. That nigga is crazy, bro. I'm trying to tell you that nigga. Up, down, square, four, X, triangle, circle, X, X, left, left, right, up, down, X, right. Send a missile and flame up a blunt on national TV, man. That Trump is crazy, bro.
Cartels, they're very powerful and they're very strong when it comes to the Mexican police, maybe the Mexican military. But as far as the American military, they're on a whole different level. Now, what is interesting is to discuss sort of how serious the sort of military, paramilitary wing of these cartels can be. So the CJNG is heavily backed by an elite paramilitary wing of the organization. It's called the Deltas, all right? Let me give you an info on the Deltas.
Pacific side, Jalisco New Generation is much more militaristic. You know, Sinaloa prides itself on being clever. So they're going to adopt a posture where they'll just take a lower profile. Mm-hmm. The group out of Jalisco is the more militaristic group, and it's known throughout the higher level trafficking community that their leadership for their paramilitary wing are 4 former U.S. Special Forces. You've got a Green Beret, a Green Beret, that's Delta Force, 2 Navy SEALs, and a Ranger from the 75th Ranger Regiment.
Wow.
Those are the leaders.
Oh, man. Hold on. I'm from the 75th Ranger Regiment.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, I've never heard this before. So the top 4 for the CJNG.
Yes, yeah, because the guy that
the leaders that's some crazy. The mother that's leading CJNG are former special forces from the U.S. Basically, the coldest on earth.
When the Jalisco was part of Sinaloa, they were operating under the aegis of a lord named Nacho Coronel. Well, Nacho Coronel controlled Jalisco. Coronel's partner was Lobo Valencia. One of the Valencias is married to Mencho. So Mencho had the family connection, so he's ostensibly in charge of the group that at the time was called the Mata Zetas, the Zeta Killers. Well, he handled the money because he was a family member. They had the American Special Forces handle the actual building of their paramilitary. So they recruited former Mexican Special Forces, which is the next tier of leadership. Their main body is former Mexican military personnel, and then they bolster it with Special Forces from Central American countries, Honduras, El Salvador, Panama. These are all guys that come to the United States to get trained. They get trained by our guys at Bragg. They get trained at the School of the Americans in Georgia. And counterinsurgency type training. And so when they go back to their countries and they finish their tour of service, they get paid top dollar. Remember, at least the generation generates.
So they come over here, get all that training, and then go back to their old country. And now they getting paid top dollar to run these cartels like the military.
$3-4 billion a year.
$3-4 billion a year. What the most billionaires don't even make $1 billion a year. You know, be billionaires because they've made money over time. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll do a few $100 million and shit like that. But like the richest people on earth ain't even gonna do billions a year. That's crazy.
To pay these men top dollar.
Right.
And so when they broke away and formed their own structure, the Mata Zetas became Jalisco New Generation. It's essentially a military wing that got involved with drug trafficking.
Right.
Whereas Sinaloa was always traffickers that built a military wing.
Right.
And so that's why you see where Jalisco particularly have had numerous encounters against the Mexican military. And
So they've got American special forces at the tippy top of their organization. They're recruiting,
and that's why
super soldiers.
That's why they can, like you said, that's why they can go at it with the Mexican military
from various high-end militaries from around the world, and they're a militarized cartel. So this is not to be trifled with, okay? This is not.
This ain't no damn joke,
to be played with. Now, there would be an incident map that shows how the extreme violence and chaos is actively spreading across the entirety of Mexico. It says
Let's
Mexico.
See, where I was at? Where's Cabo at? Is it with Cabo? I don't know. I don't even know what that shit at for real. I feel like we was by some water.
Chaos. Every reported incident of cartel violence
that shit might be over.
Mapped 19 of the 32 states affected, so it's all over the country.
Yeah,
fortunately not too much close to the border. I think they might know better, and I believe these were mainly Sinaloa controlled areas from the last map that we saw. This is 19 of 32 states affected. Here's what's happening: Jalisco, El Mencho in Tapalpa, Guadalajara locked down with 10 plus narco blockades, gunshots in the airport, Puerto Vallarta covered in smoke, Costco on fire. No, not my Costco. Prison stormed in Ixtapa, 20 state-owned bank branches burnt, Black Hawk's helicopters destroyed, schools suspended, code red declared. I am probably going to butcher these names. My Spanish is not the best. Michoacan. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Bounties of 20,000 pesos per soldier. Armed clashes. Curfew communique from Commandant Pay in Zamora and La Piedad. Tamaulipas. Blockades in Reynosa directly on the U.S. border. Really? I didn't see that. Oh, there is a little border action up here. I didn't even see that. So they actually do have some madness going on the border. Sinaloa, there's roadblocks near Villa Union and Mazatlan. Guanajuato blockade
I ain't trying to read this.
in the streets. They are taking over completely, right? They're saying this is members of the Delta Force in Jalisco cartel, from the Jalisco cartel, mobilizing to fight the Mexican army. Mexico urgently needs help from Trump and the U.S. Army. I don't think they want those problems.
Wait a second, pause. What this is? Members of the Delta Force of the Jalisco cartel are seen mobilizing to fight the Mexican army. Mexico urgently needs help from the Trump and the
words of Lil Durk, this ain't what you want.
No cap,
okay,
nigga.
I don't think these guys want to go up against the US military. I think that would be bad for everybody.
Yeah,
I think that Trump probably wish a Mexican would.
Yeah, bro.
But I don't think that's what we want to be seeing. Okay,
no, it's gonna be a lot of people
between Mexican forces and cartel members. Okay, this is in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and it does appear that there's an exchange of fire going on.
They got a whole fire. They got a whole bang out, gang.
Violent as far as just people firing in an active conflict, and this is just really unfortunate that this is what's going on.
They haven't bang
Mexican
out,
forces and the cartel members. This really is two military forces going at each other, and you really don't want the Americans getting involved, right? Guess I'm cancelling my trip. Yep, better cancel that trip.
Sure, cancel that
take
shit,
off
man.
that orange high-vis veds. Now, the Mexican Secretary of Defense has recently spoken out about deaths actually experienced by authorities. There are National Guard members that have been killed, and it's been confirmed.
Aprovecho primero para dar el pésame a las familias de nuestros compañeros que perdieron la vida también y un reconocimiento a nuestro personal militar que realizó una operación exitosa. Se puede ver desde muchas ópticas, pero es definitivo que cumplieron su misión. ¿Y qué es lo que se demostró? La fortaleza del Estado mexicano. De eso no hay duda. Gracias.
So he's basically said, you know, it's rest in peace to all of the soldiers that passed away, but the Mexican state really did what it had to do. We had to show our strength. We had to take out this person.
Yeah.
It does seem like the cartels are really going 20 for 1, and they really want to get what happened to them back in blood. I do think that this could wind up being a mistake. The last thing they want is for the American authorities to officially get involved as an armed conflict. The American military are on some different type of drills. Okay, so I do hope that things don't escalate. I would love to just see this calm down, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I really do think a lot of people are itching to escalate this. I think there's people, maybe not the Mexican military, but I think maybe there's some American military that are actually itching for this to escalate. I think that the cartels, clearly they want blood. They're ready for war. They're not scared. They're talking about kidnapping Americans. That's very bold talk.
Yeah, that's some crazy
and I do
shit
think
there.
this is just going to get worse and worse. So I'll keep you guys updated if anything else happens. This is really sad and definitely not the type of news that you want to be hearing, but it is important that we talk about these things. I'm going to do some more updates for you guys later today. I have another cartel related video, but it's not related.
It's crazy, gang. I ain't gonna lie.